Good morning, Newman Smith High School. I'm Dr. Jimenez, the proud principal of Newman Smith, where our mission is to graduate all scholars to be college, career, and military ready without remediation. Well, today's news is rather meaty. We've got 3 clips that we want to show. And it's really important that we watch all 3 clips because we are building a positive culture on our campus and a community that we share together where we celebrate each other. So our first clip is the news today, and our second clip is our SRO appreciation. Today, if you see Officer Jonas Robinson, please make sure you tell him exactly how much you appreciate him being here every single day to help protect us. So, Officer Robinson, thank you so much for being our SRO, and this second video clip is for you. Our third clip is our senior swim clip from last night. So we had so much fun at the auditorium. We celebrated our seniors in their swim meet last night, so please be sure and click that link so your classes can celebrate the swim meet last night in our senior swim. Speaking of seniors, we have a couple of quick announcements. So, seniors, the priority deadline for FAFSA is January the 15th. CFB gives you 4 opportunities to go and get help. If you will check your CFB ISD email, those opportunities are not only in the Tuesday Newsday I sent yesterday, but they're in your CFB ISD email from our CCMR Dean, Nikki Fisher. She also sent PSAT and prep session information. This is virtual, of course. She sent this information to your email, so check that if you're interested. We have 2 other quick announcements about our school before we have our very special guest. But before that, make sure that you are checking that CFB ISD email. So you've heard me tell you that 3 very important things came through your CFB ISD email, but we also need you to check it because we have a priority deadline to make up any first semester absences. If you absence failed, even if your report card shows a passing grade, if you absence failed, it is the same thing as grade failing. You will not receive credit for the class. Because of the COVID coronavirus, we are giving you until January the 22nd to make the absences up from first semester. They've extended the deadline from December 18th to January 22nd. So check that email because if you need to make up absences, our awesome attendance secretaries will have sent you a Canvas invite. So that will be in your CFB ISD email. So please take some time today during advisory to check your email. Well, speaking of advisory, yesterday was a historic day here at Newman Smith. In 1987, the Newman Smith Scholars wrote the Student Code of Ethics. And that Code of Ethics was the only code of ethics for an American high school, and so Reader's Digest featured it. Well, on December 18th of 2020, our leadership committee came together and they made a revision of the Scholar Code of Ethics, and all advisory classes were to check it yesterday. So it's very important that you see the new revision and that you, as the scholars of Newman Smith, approve those revisions. And so please make sure that you ask your advisory teacher that that has been done. All right, so our guest today, many of you may or may not know, I used to be the Troyann director here many years ago. And they are some of the happiest and most joyful memories I have of teaching and coaching in school. I spent 9 years here, and this organization is very near and dear to my heart. And today, we have the captain of the Shining Stars of Newman Smith, Lara Chucker, and she's here to talk about Troyanns. Welcome, Lara.
Hey guys, so as you know, the 2021-2022 school year is slowly approaching, so we will be having tryouts for the team for next year pretty soon. So the tryout information meeting is Thursday, January 14th at 6 p.m., which is virtual, and the tryouts themselves are March 24th through the 26th. So we hope you can make it.
So Lara, what is it that you love about Troyann?
Well, obviously I really love dancing, but especially this year, I really love my teammates and my director because they make it really memorable and exciting for me to participate.
And, you know, every time you guys were on the football field, of course, the officers this year choreographed all of the football routines.
We did.
The pom was my favorite.
The pom was the first Lieutenant Ariana's, actually.
Well, I loved that one. I just remember I would finally, by the end of the season, I kind of knew some of the steps, so I'd be on the sidelines doing it too, but, you know. One of the things that I loved about Troyanns that I see you guys do also at the football is y'all still do the circle.
We do still do the circle.
Yeah, and so this circle, it's so important, scholars. The reason I bring that up is that you also find a place to belong and become. And for a lot of scholars, that place is the organization that you join at school. And so we want your advisory classes to be those places. But for me in school, just like for Lara, it was drill team. And so, and then of course, over time, you build traditions in these organizations. And when I asked Lara about the circle, so years and years ago, even in the 80s, the Troyanns were doing the circle. And it's so comforting to know that they're still doing it today. So, Lara, thank you for leading that outstanding organization.
So
yes. So, will you help me close out today?
Of course.
So, scholars, we love you. We think you're great. Remember, character counts. And make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.